Assalamualaikum. So today I'm gonna start explaining on your project. As I've mentioned before, your school holidays. Um, you are going to make a two videos on the unit in the textbook. So today I'm gonna tell you what are the things that you need to do and the due date for your submission. Okay, now let's go through our rules and regulations. Okay, so basically it is actually your project-based learning PBL, which is digital storytelling, series 9.5A. So here are the rules. Okay, here are the rules. So firstly, it has to be in the form of storytelling. Okay, it has to be in the form of storytelling, the first one. It must come with graphics and animation. Okay, later I will explain what are the graphic animation you have to include. And then you have to prepare a storyboard. Okay, you have to prepare a storyboard. Basically it means that the storyboard, the rough idea of how your story would flow, and you have to prepare a specific document for it, meaning it has to be in words or PDF. Okay, you have to prepare that. Another thing is that you need to use background music, sound effect, music arrangement, or voiceover. So for this one, use your creativity. Okay, you can either include in the sound effect. Okay, you add in the sound effect, or you can make your own background music. Okay, there are so many apps that you can use, and I believe all of you are very creative. You are very familiar with all these things, especially when you are editing your Instagram posts and whatnot. So you have all this filter or the music background or all those things. It is the same thing actually. With that, you are applying those in this particular PBL. And the duration of the video, it is 3 to 5 minutes, and it's include the intro, montage, and credit, meaning that the second your video started until the video end. So the length is between 3 to 5 minutes, meaning that it's not very long if you actually have a lot of frames to include in, and you have a very detailed, or you have a very specific storyline, so it won't be a problem. Before you start your story, before you start recording for your story, you must need to have a storyboard. So with that, you know where you can add in more information to make sure you have ample time they utilize. Okay, firstly it must be original. Okay, it has to be your very own idea. It's not taken from any movie or any drama and whatnot. It has to be your own. And if you are using music, make sure you put in the credit. Okay, it's not yours unless you make your own music. For example, you use the apps to synthesize your own music or your own sound effect, then you can put in credit, it's yours, it's your own. But if you taken what has been produced by other people, for example, you include in songs, so you have to include in the credit part at the last part of your video later. You have to give credit lah, what are the songs you use, who are the singer and whatnot. Okay, it's not just songs, even sound effect that you've taken from the internet, so you have to give credit to that. And next one, this one is the topic has to be from any unit in the Form 5 textbook. And we have decided that in one class, you should not repeat the same unit. Meaning that there are 25 of you. You are supposed to form a group of three people. Okay, only 3 people in the group, not less and not more. Okay, since there are 25 of you, we will have extra one student. So this extra one student, you have to join other classes that have extra student and form another group of 3 people. Okay, so these 3 people, I will require to have a name by the end of the week, so that I can actually make sure that everyone is not taking an overlap unit. Okay, next, your storyline or your story, your video, your digital storytelling later, it has to be suitable to be used in teaching or learning, meaning that your context Okay, it is school context. It's not just school context, it is suitable to be used in school. So whatever story you have prepared, you have to consider that it is suitable. So it is suitable for all the students to see and to learn. Okay, and it is best for you not to touch any religious sensitivity, races, politics, or degrading any community or group. And it has to be in English language, of course, since it is PBL for English. Okay, so those are a few rules and regulations. So now, the type of animation that you have to produce. Okay, so there are four types. Firstly, it has traditional, and then you have stop motion, and you have computer animation and erasure. So there are four types altogether. Okay, the traditional one is the one that you are very familiar with, something that you see. You know how they have to draw frame by frame and then compile it. Okay, meanwhile stop motion, you have to repeat it, capture of image or in time lapse, then at the end it being compiled into one animation, while computer animation can be produced using this computer device. And erasure is almost similar to erasure is more like combination of traditional and stop motion, because it requires you to hand drawn and then take frame by frame and to show it is very flow. Okay, I'm going to show you some of the examples. Okay, so here are some of the examples of all the things that I mentioned just now. Okay, so this is a stop motion. I'm going to play the video and you can see how it is actually done.
A weekend project.
So if you can see that how the wording is actually moving, so this word is actually taken letter by letter. Okay, the image is taken letter by letter, and then it is compiled into one a very quick frame play. So if I'm not mistaken, it was like 12 frames per second or something like that. So to do something like this, if you do something like this, is very it is very simple if you actually have the apps. Okay, if you are actually look here, okay, in this particular site. So this I'm showing in YouTube. There are so many ways shown how to prepare stop motion. Okay, this is something that this kid is doing. So it is really easy if you have the app, meaning that it has prepared a frame for you and you just need to keep taking pictures and it would autoplay for you. And at the end you can just simply produce the video and edit to insert in your intro and your credit. So there is one, this is one, so this is stop motion. Okay, so this is stop motion. Next I'm going to show you a traditional animation. Okay, traditional animation, this is refer to animation hand drawn on paper and process. So and it was the process used for most production throughout the city. Okay, this is very simple, meaning that you have to draw. Okay, you draw image by image and then you animate the image. So that is traditional animation. So basically you're using 2D. Okay, so that is about traditional. Okay, and this one is erasure. Okay, as I said just now, erasure is actually a combination between stop motion and traditional, because you are actually drawing. Okay, you can see here. Okay, drawing letter by letter, and then take it into a video and one more just now with that computer animation. Okay, the computer animation is something that you can use an app to produce it. So I think that is very clear on what you can do. Okay, so and last one is the judging criteria. So this is the last part. You'll be judged according to your graphic, animation technique, videography and editing, plot, audio arrangement, finishing, the wow factor, something interesting about you, something very special about your particular video, and the storyboard. Storyboard basically your overall story. And the closing date for you to submit is the last day of the school holiday, which is the 13th, okay, 13th June. This is recorded so that you can always refer to the examples given and explanation given. And if there's any question, you can always PM me, or you can always text me to clarify. So I hope my explanation is very clear. Okay, if you have anything to ask, you can always ask. You can discuss in our group. So I hope that's all.